I'm willing to do a lot, but I don't think I can do this in my living room. Can you imagine if I would have done this in the kitchen? Aria, is that so cool? Oh my gosh. Is that about what it looks like on YouTube or what? Hey, what's up, happy people? I'm Robert Arrington, this is Deer Meat for Dinner, and today, very special day. I say that a lot because I treat every day like it's a special day. But today I'm out here on a mission. Here a while back, I was on the side of the road, terrible car crash, head-on collision. But no matter who was at fault, the people who showed up are the fire department of Martin County, right here in South Florida. I was scared to death to run down here because I didn't know what I was gonna see. And they see it each and every day, man. God bless you all the firemen, police department, everyone who puts your life on the line for us each and every day. God bless you, and I thank you so very, very much. Them boys show up no matter what happens. When you call 911, there's a problem, them boys are showing up. And I know one of them personally, Mr. J. Jay, I love you, brother. You've always been there for me, and I'm gonna be there for you now. I asked him, I said, what could I do special for y'all? He says, Robert, what we would like is a nice hog, cleaned out right, split down the middle, and a couple swamp cabbages. I said, Jay, I'm gonna do that for you. And today, we've actually been out filming a fishing video all day, putting out crab traps and this, that, and the other. But the sun's going down, and we're gonna go out to our hay field. I got my 7mm 08. This is a real special gun of mine. And we're gonna see if we can't kill a hog. And we're doing this for each and every fireman all across this great state of Florida and the United States of America. All the first responders, you guys have been giving it hell through this whole COVID pandemic, helping when no one else would. I wish I could give a hog to every fire department in America, but I guarantee you, someone's getting one tomorrow. Let her eat, boys. Now look how pretty that is. My oak hammock, all my oak trees are in all their glory right now. Beautiful. All right, so got the wind coming out of the southeast. We're gonna slip around the cypress here and see if we can't find one. So this hay field, I mean, this is like a area that a lot of life happens. If you look right over there, that's a blind that we built last week. I still haven't showed the video because we haven't hunted out of it yet. But I mean, from that blind, you'd be able to see these deer, no problem. Great spot. See 4 bucks all grouped up. Pretty boy. We'll get to watch these deer all year long. Boar hens right there. Turkeys. This is a real pretty spot. Wind's coming out of the southeast. Got a big cypress head. Cypress head just means it's a group of cypress trees. This is a big palmetto flat with pine trees. Great area. I expect as the evening comes on, as the sun goes down, we could see anything. Deer, hogs, turkeys, whatever. All right, you guys, so yesterday we were not able to get it done. Heck, we weren't even able to find a hog. But I called in reinforcements. This is my buddy Jordan. We're gonna go for a little walk, see if we can't find a nice hog. He's got his bow, and I got the camera. And you're riding shotgun. The red one's fat. Kill the red one. Just found a little bit of sign. See if we can't find her.
She didn't go 20 yards.
Good. There's a hog right there, y'all.
Nice fat sow. I swore you hit her farther back than that.
Oh, that's where it takes it. Maybe she was quartering away a bit.
Yeah.
Because I felt I hit her back a little bit as well.
Good shot.
She didn't go far, so I'm happy about that.
There's no way we're gonna take a hog to the fire station without cutting them a cabbage as well. I just got these big loppers. It's gonna make my job a lot easier. Instead of cutting this all with a chainsaw, I'll cut it with the loppers. About like that. Now you can see I left a little bit of palm frond up top. That's gonna help make it top heavy. It'll fall over. Here is where your heart is. That's the top of it. The bottom's right about there. So we want to get it all. See how the tree sort of like starts out thin and it thickens out? We're going to cut it off right there, and that's going to give us a good view of the heart. Now, while this motor runs, why don't you listen to some soft, wonderful music while I destroy this tree. Here we go. Good. We cut it just right. The heart's gonna start about right there. Now, let's go make these boys something good to eat. Okay, well, we just got back to the house, got this hog hung up, and I talked to the boys at the fire department. I asked them how many are gonna be there, and they said about 6 to 10 people. So I've got an idea in my head. First thing we gotta do is we gotta knock the hide off this hog. Just take that knife and gently let it do its thing. This hog is super, super healthy. And that's what we were looking for. We didn't want to just go kill some big boar hog. We wanted to find us a nice fat sow. Something that's gonna be delicious to eat. All right, so in pretty quick order, I mean, that was about as easy as it gets. Jerked the hide off, took the guts out, eliminated the head, and now we've got a pretty little carcass here. This is all meat. And you know, for a lot of you guys, you may not understand hunting. If you're a subscriber of Deer Meat for Dinner, I'm sure you understand where we stand on this. We're not out there just trying to kill things. The outdoors is more or less our grocery store. That's where we go and get good fresh meat. All right, you guys, now we are in the kitchen, and this is the main meat that I'm gonna give them. The 2 back straps, and this ham right here is gonna go in our main course. And all we're gonna do is just take a little bone and fillet, trim that up. The hog's in such good shape, you really don't even have much to do here. You can see that line right there. That line, if you cut that line, just like that, that's gonna come out here and literally allow you to open this ham up. Get your fingers in there. You're gonna cut this lymph node, it's a little node. Cut that thing out of there. Don't want that. Or we don't want it in our food, at least. And then we're just going to debone this. We're not gonna separate all the muscles. We're just gonna get that bone out of there. Just like that. What you're left with is all that loving goodness. Now, if you want, you can kind of cut it in certain little areas, and that will open it up and allow your seasoning to really find its way into all of the cracks and crevices. You're gonna be left with something like that. Then this is Everglades fish and chicken. We're just gonna season this puppy up just like that. This is gonna be a part of a really big meal, so don't be scared to use a little more seasoning than normal. About like that. And that's probably maybe like 3 pounds of meat, which is perfect for this recipe. Back here, see this? That's a grill pan that we've been cooking all kinds of bacon and meat and all kinds of stuff in, but it's well seasoned, which is what I'm looking for. Turn the heat up a little bit and take it and just lay it right in there. Perfect. We want to turn the heat up because we want it to really start sizzling. Now, this is a pressure cooker. That's some Tuscany chicken broth. We're going to pour this right in there. Put that down. That's actually just a separator. Pour that in there. Just like that. Now, if you look, it's going to be dry on top, but it's going to have all that chicken broth underneath. That's what's going to create the steam. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we're looking for. Just like that. Now, we're going to let that start getting hot. We want that to start boiling and creating steam. Once that's creating steam, we're going to put this meat on top. Carefully set that in your pressure cooker. The pressure cooker is meant to tenderize. Now, here's what we're going to do. Take your lid. I always want to look on this thing. Make sure your seal right here is in good shape. And then it should click right into place just like that. You got to be very careful with this. You can't mess around with pressure cooker. As this thing starts to steam, this is a weight. It's going to create pressure, and this thing will start wiggling around, allowing a little bit of steam to go away. So that's what we're looking for. The pressure has built up, it's wiggling the weight, and it's that heat and the steam and the pressure inside is breaking it down, making it very nice and tender. Now, we're gonna kill the heat. We're gonna slowly just let that simmer down. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm willing to do a lot, but I don't think I can do this in my living room or in my kitchen. Let's go to the garage. And let me show you, it's okay. So if this sits like this, see how that's the high side? That's the outside one. Go to its opposite side, take your knife, and I'm telling you right now, this will dull even the best of knives. And it will roll right out of that boot, just like that. Now this is what we call the bitter. See how this is very fibrous and it gets soft up here? That means this is where the real heart starts. Okay. We still have not got to the heart yet. When we get to the heart, we'll start seeing rings. Now, we've made it to the heart of this thing. We're gonna take off one more boot and we're gonna start putting it in the pot. There we go. Take this thing here. You gotta have the tomatoes in there, otherwise this will start turning green and nasty. Just like that. Once you feel your knife hanging up, that means you need to cut off one more boot. This next boot, we're gonna be in the real good stuff. This is what my grandpa literally used to live off of with my mom. Cutting swamp cabbage. See this? We don't want it to be in the air. Put this tomato on there. Just like that. The acid in the tomato will keep it from turning colors. That's what you're looking for. See how pretty that is? Just right. Now, let's go back inside. Can you imagine if I would have done this in the kitchen? Sarah would have freaked out. Look at that. This ought to be nice and tender. Absolutely. Take that, put it right in there. This is even gonna go in there. You can never put too much meat. This is all called salt pork. Sliced salt pork. Throw it in there. Mm-hmm. You can put a little bit of oil. Just a little bit. And last but not least, we're going to take celery, onion, and this is the only seasoning you use, Everglades seasoning. This is what it was made for. Take some of our broth. There we go. Put that thing right there. Cover it up. Let her cook. You want to make sure you don't singe it on the bottom. Once it starts to boil, keep stirring it, moving it around. All that meat's going to come together. Now let me tell you something about swamp cabbage. This is really elaborate. But my grandpa, he was an original Florida cracker, just an old cow hunting poor man that worked on the back of a horse cutting lighter knot fence posts and hunting other men's cows. They were called cow hunters. Well, to feed his family, they would always make cornbread, swamp cabbage. You know, they would have a garden with tomatoes. Tomatoes grow really well down here. You'd go out and cut swamp cabbage, tomatoes, any kind of meat you can find, wild hog, turkey, deer, gator, whatever they could find was going in the pot. So they'd have tomatoes, swamp cabbage, any kind of vegetable, any kind of meat, and that would be a meal. They'd put it over top of the cornbread. Now, let this cook down. We're gonna be heading up to Martin County, and I can't wait to see all the guys at the station. All right, you guys, we are here and we're ready. This is station 22, right here in Martin County, Florida. We're coming to see a good buddy of mine. His name is Jammin' J. Mathis. I've known him for many years. And if you're a real fan of the channel, the very first swamp cabbage video that I ever did with Cliff, Jay was there as well. So let's go see the man.
Hey!
Hey, what's up? Jammin' J. Mathis.
That's for you, and that's for you.
Like, look how much flavor is in that. And we came straight from the house, so it's still hot. Now, next, we're gonna take some sour cream, put a dollop of sour cream right in the middle. Take some Italian breadcrumbs. Go get the firemen and tell them to come on in. That right there, that's Jammin' J. Mathis, the man who can. Look, I'm telling you right now.
Carl, Brent, David.
Introduce everybody.
Captain Tashore.
Hey, I want to tell you guys from me and everybody else all across this beautiful country that we live in, the United States of America. We are a great country. We are a great and prosperous country because of selfless warriors like this. We were on the side of the road, filming just about 100 yards away. We hear this terrible crash. In just a couple of moments, these dudes rush onto the scene. When you're hurt, when things go wrong and it's scrambled eggs, it's men and women like this that are 3 numbers away. 911, here they come. So you guys, it is an honor and it's a pleasure making y'all dinner tonight. I wish I could do this for everybody all across the United States of America right now. Thank you so much. Jay, this is swamp cabbage with wild hog. We killed the hog this morning, cooked it up, and the very first swamp cabbage video I ever made was with you and Cliff. Let me know if it came out okay.
Hey, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Hey, y'all want to say the blessing real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's say the blessing. Hey, dear Lord, girl, close your eyes. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for this food. Thank you for the men and women of the fire departments and police and the doctors and the first responders in this terrible pandemic that we've been dealing with. Lord, thank you so much for Jay and all these guys who are here to help. Lord, thank you for this food and thank you for this day. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Hey, I want to see what y'all think now.
I can never tell you what I think.
That's great, bro.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Dish it out, man. Let's see.
Dude, it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you. All right.
And it's still like, we didn't have to warm this up. This came straight off the stove at my house.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's tasty.
That's incredible. You eat that?
Good stuff?
Good.
Man,
That's good. Well, we got,
When you gonna put out a cookbook?
hey, we got the whole rest of the hog that's on ice and ready to go for you guys. Y'all can do whatever you want with that. But I knew, hey, late afternoon, who knows what kind of crazy y'all been into. I hope y'all enjoy
We
that.
got dinner right here. Now it's perfect.
Yeah,
Man, that's good.
yeah, really good.
Yeah, you can have a crouton. Is that y'all, is that the first time you had swamp cabbage in you, y'all? Really?
Yep.
Hey, that's it. That's what our family grew up on right there, man. Swamp cabbage and wild game. It wasn't wild game. It was food. It's what it still is. You know what I mean? Some people think, oh, we're eating wild game. I say, we're eating. You know what I'm saying?
Dinner.
Hey, I want to tell each and every one of y'all out there, I appreciate you so very much for taking the time out of your day to spend it with us. Thank one of those guys that you see, whether it's a police officer, a fire department, a doctor, a nurse. Tell them thanks, because man, this last year's been rough, has it not?
It's been rough. It's been rough.
It's been rough.
It's been rough.
But we're pulling out of it, and we'll be stronger than we ever have been before. That's all I got for tonight. Take care. God bless, and we are